Hello Stampers, it's Amy from Stampin Magic, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I have for you the first project in my Crafty Christmas Countdown series, and we'll be making this Christmas card. You will need the cable knit embossing folder, and this is one of our dynamic textures impressions embossing folder, so it's got 2 depths to the emboss that it gives. You'll also need the Oh What Fun stamp set. This is fantastic because it's got so many different Christmas sentiments, and they're all like the necessity basic ones that you will need. I think this is really cool. And you'll also need the Christmas stocking Finlit dies, and we'll be using the main kind of whole stocking die. You'll need one of these ones that you can kind of see through underneath, and you'll need one of the toppers. For inks you'll need chocolate chip because we're only going to be stamping the sentiment, that's all we're stamping today. You'll also need some copper trim. We'll be using a selection of adhesives today. You can use whatever you like, but I'll be using some snail adhesive, mini glue dots, some Tombow and fine tip glue pen. And for our main pieces, we've got a Pear Pizzazz card base. You also need a piece of copy paper for the inside, cut slightly smaller. You need a piece of thick Whisper White. I find this runs through the Big Shot better with the embossing folder when it's a dynamic one. It's slightly thicker and it means it just basically doesn't crack. And I've pre-embossed this just so it's ready for us to go. And as you can see, it's got that kind of double depth effect I was telling you about, which is really, really fun. You'll need some smooth Whisper White, some DSP. These will be the same size and you can offset these slightly. The measurements for all these will be on my blog, so they'll all be written down for you. And for the dies, I've got some gold foil card there, which I've done in the full outline stocking. The Pear Pizzazz to match my background, which will be layered over the top. And I've done in Whisper White again, just a little topper for the stocking. So that was really cute. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to bring in my base, my embossed panel and my copper trim. Now you're going to want to cut this so it's just a little bit longer than the width of the white panel. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get some snail and mark that along there. And I'm going to use the snail just to adhere it enough so it stays in place. Like so. But we're going to bring in our Tombow Mono glue. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to put our DSP in. This is from the Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper, and it's really nice. It's like old olive and white, and then black and white on the other side. It's really, really nice paper pack to get. So I'm putting on some Tombow glue there, and we want this to be at a slight angle. Now before I push down fully, I'm just going to put this centre so I know how much I'm going to have poking out before I press down. Like so. Now for this piece, we are going to bring in our chocolate chip. And the sentiment, which I'm using, is Merry Wishes. And I'm just going to be placing that to the bottom end of my long Whisper White piece. Like so. And then that is it. We are done with the Stampin. So pushing that to one side, I'm bringing in my elements for my stocking. I'm going to use some fine tip glue pen to adhere this to my foil piece. And you only want to put a very, very tiny bit on. So I'm going to start with the heel, just in case it shoots out. And then I'm literally going to put some little dots in particular areas. And then placing this onto my foil piece. And I like to turn it over and just give it a good press down. You might have to hold it there for a few seconds just to make sure it's properly adhered. Like so. Now for this bit I'm going to use some Tombow. And just in the middle there. Don't go too close to the edges because it will like spurt out as you fold over. And that's our stocking done. So the stocking we're going to glue flat onto here, using again some Tombow. I think Tombow is like my favourite adhesive to use. But of course different adhesives are used for different things. You'd want to use a dry adhesive with ribbon or fabrics. But Tombow I find just does the trick for most things. Okay, so we've done that so it looks like it's hanging at a slight angle. And then this we're going to actually pop up onto our card base, so you will need some dimensionals, which I forgot to mention at the beginning. So turning that over. Okay, now this one we want to place pretty straight with a nice evenish border around the edge. And push down those dimensionals. Now we're going to be bringing back in our copper trim and we want to make a small little bow. And then you can just pull it in and adjust it to the right length that you want. Now this copper trim is really cool because you can actually adjust the width of it. It's a bit like a netting tube. So you can alter the whole look of the bow quite easy. And then we're going to want to chop off those ends. Now for this I'm going to be bringing in a glue dot, which, find that last one. And we just want to pop that at the top there of the stocking. And to finish off the card we're going to place in our white piece. You can use cardstock for this. I just use white printer paper, just so that you can write on it easier with being a colour. That is our card for today. Like I said, you can do this in any colour you want. I've been addicted to making these little stockings. I've even made a few other colours, just so I've got some on standby. This is Cherry Cobbler. This is Soft Sky with a silver background. It's really, really lovely. And I think this was Garden Green. This may have been Garden Green on a gold background. So like I said, you can do lots and lots of different colours, and I think with the foil in the background it's really nice. You could do just a white background or just a completely different colour where it's red and green. Do lots and lots of different backgrounds, but I really love the foil tones in the background of those, just to give it that added shimmer for Christmas. If you do like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. The link to my blog and Facebook page are in the description bar below. Do check out my Facebook page. I do post a lot more on there that I don't necessarily film or blog about. So there's constant things going on, and any events I'll be holding, like coffee and cards, will all be all the information will be on there for you. So I hope you have a lovely day and enjoy crafting. Bye.